Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am super hyped because we're just a couple days away from Starfield's early access release, and we have some very crucial preparations you need to make, as well as some new information and updates before then. Grab a cup of coffee, get ready because we got a lot to talk about. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the Comeback Kids are doing a giveaway for a free copy of Starfield we're going to announce very soon, so make sure you stick around until the end of the video to learn more information on how you can win a free copy for yourself. Now, if you've been doubting that Bethesda is still a company that doesn't really care too much about their video game releases, I think you're going to have to rethink that again because, man, this team with Starfield is really taking every precaution they possibly could. Bethesda right now is still checking under every rock ahead of Starfield's release this very second to make sure the game is as smooth and as clean as possible come launch day. You gotta know that Bethesda games are known for their dense narratives and wide variety of gameplay mechanics. You know, often with games as massive as this, there's a lot of room for error all over the place. Cyberpunk is a great example that it was a hugely anticipated launch, but it was severely undercut by really poor performance and game-breaking bugs. However, the Starfield developers have reassured fans that they are leaving no stone unturned ahead of the launch day. Todd Howard, alongside a host of other staff over at Bethesda, were cited in an interview over at GQ revealing their anticipation for the upcoming launch. They stated they're checking under every rock, which is roughly translated as the team is playing the game day in and day out. Todd Howard's mantra, according to GQ, is that great games are played, not made, which is such a good thing to hear as a fellow gamer. I feel like constantly nowadays, so many developers for these big AAA companies like Blizzard Entertainment, for example, don't actually play their game enough, and they're just looking for that next big thing to sort of implement the new way of monetization is, you know, battle passes, skins, in-game packs, and other forms of microtransactions into the game rather than anything. Honestly, it's really refreshing for me personally to hear that they really care about the quality and state of the game even days before the release. We also constantly get comments and questions asking how the trailer footage or gameplay footage doesn't look good and it doesn't look smooth enough for people's liking. They actually spoke about this in their interview as well, with John stating, every time they've shown Starfield, obviously there's been this thing where the footage doesn't look smooth. We've talked about this before and we're like, is there performance problems? And the answer is no. That is a problem with the trailers, and the actual game doesn't have these issues. Rich even replied saying, yeah, it doesn't look as jerky as it looked in all the footage so far. We could vouch for the intro mission because we played that through, and we could both concur that it doesn't look well. The motion capture isn't right in the capture. This was an interview over from Digital Foundry Weekly over at Gamescom talking Starfield with some of the developers, just emphasizing on how smooth the launch is supposedly going to be from the devs. Now, I do know that some of you out there love having just a single playthrough during your time with a Bethesda game, and we actually have great news for you all as well. Bethesda actually has confirmed that there is no level cap in Starfield. During a live stream Gamescom interview, Pete Hines, the head of publishing at Bethesda, actually revealed that the character leveling system would be an almost infinite mechanic. You know, previously, players suspected that Starfield might have a max level of about 320 based on the number of available ranks throughout your skill tree. Bethesda has definitely had a history of embracing ambitious leveling systems though, and this is definitely not the first instance. I mean, look at Fallout 4, for example. You could pretty much just play that game infinitely. Why I think this is such great news is that Starfield is going to be 10 times bigger than Fallout 4 or Skyrim. The amount of exploration and gameplay features embedded inside of the game is substantially bigger than the previous Bethesda games. You know, I would have been really disappointed if the level cap was something like 50 or 60, because before I'd even scratch the surface on the game as a whole, I'd end up being max level and feel like my journey was just kind of finished in a way. So this is honestly really good news. It was also confirmed in an interview with Todd Howard that Starfield will not have level scaling, and that you'll be able to visit star systems with difficult and high level enemies, and also other star systems with lower level enemies. There are absolutely no level restrictions on where you can go or what you want to do when you're traveling through higher level star systems in Starfield also. They did also state that you may encounter very difficult enemy ships and enemies planet side that will make it hard for you to even navigate to the high level systems. So you might actually have to, you know, have a decent piloting skill and great ship to even make this sort of journey. So if you're looking for a serious challenge inside of Starfield, you could take your character to much higher level systems to encounter some very challenging enemies if you would like to do so. Now, we also got some fantastic news over from Twitter with a post all about backgrounds in Starfield. Now, previously, we didn't have much information on backgrounds as Bethesda hasn't released full information yet on them, but we have what looks like a massive leak to the public. What you're seeing on screen right now is all the backgrounds you could possibly choose and what their skill benefits would be for your character. You have to remember, with your background, you only get to select one, and they give you bonuses to set skills early on. Previously, the only known backgrounds that we had information on were the chef, the combat medic, the cyber runner, the cyberneticist, the diplomat, and the explorer. Now, with this leak, we have the other 10 backgrounds discovered with a bit of information on what their skill increases would actually be. For example, a very big one for me was the bounty hunter background, which now we could see that it gives an increase to piloting, targeting control systems, and boost pack training. So definitely take a minute to either take a screenshot or look at this, ladies and gentlemen, as this is going to be a very big part of your character creation and separating your character into making them your own. Speaking of making preparations with Starfield launch, just a couple days away, we want to bring you some crucial preparations for the game's launch to make sure you have a successful first gaming session, that you're prepared to enjoy the game as much as you possibly can. Most of, if not all of you, ladies and gentlemen, are grown adults and that you have responsibilities that you need to take care of in order to be able to have a stress-free time playing. You work hard, you paid your dues, and now let me give you some tips to help you out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that we get our real life in order. This could very well be the biggest preparation you can make before the launch day. This includes preparing yourself in multiple aspects of life, whether it be mentally, physically, and financially. This could include letting your boss know that you need certain days off in advance, communicating with your significant other how important the launch day is to you so they can help you with whatever you need help with, whether it be dinners, children, pet management, etc. Most of us are adults, and these are responsibilities you can't just throw out the window. So these are some things that we need to consider before we even begin to start on ourselves. This may sound like a joke what I'm about to say, but we also highly recommend meal prepping before the launch so you have high energy foods to keep you focused and playing and enjoying yourself at a high level during your longer gaming sessions. This includes, rice, grilled chicken and broccoli, yogurt, parfaits, peanut butter and jellies, protein shakes, smoothies, bananas, avocado toast, walnuts, tons of water. All the food listed here is super high in energy and can keep you playing for a long period of time. You need to remember that your brain is actually working very hard when you're playing games, and you're using a lot of mental strength at once. So having an ample amount of food and water is essential to keep yourself pushing to have a good time. You don't want to stock up on foods that are heavy and that will crash your energy value and make you feel kind of, bad while you're playing, like a ton of candy, chips, sodas, frozen pre-made meals, stuff like that. Another super important tip to getting your real life in order is making sure you have a nice, clean, organized environment. There's nothing worse than what you're trying to enjoy a game and you look around and your room is a wreck. The laundry bin's full, things are messy, there's trash everywhere, there's dust on your desk. Right now is the perfect opportunity for you to get your environment clean, organized, and in check. It can really put you down mentally if that's not the case, and that's the exact opposite of what you're trying to do when you're trying to just enjoy yourself in a gaming session, man. You're trying to have nothing but positive energy and create great memories. So don't be interrupted by your boss calling you to have you come into work, your significant other getting mad at you for not making dinner or handling duties around the house. Everyone watching this video with a partner knows that a happy wife means happy life. So handle your responsibilities right now, ladies and gentlemen, because I promise you, you'll be thanking yourself in a couple days. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the global release times are on the screen right now as well. And if you're playing on PC, don't forget to update your NVIDIA drivers through the GeForce Experience app. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and tuning into Starfield content the last couple of weeks. This game is literally a couple days away, and I am so excited to be playing it and making content on it for you all. I'm planning on streaming it as well, so if you all want to come hang out, talk, chat, just enjoy each other's company while we all go on this magical journey together, it would be my pleasure to host a place where you can feel comfortable to discuss and experience the game together. If you guys are interested in seeing some more Starfield content, don't forget to consider subscribing. And also back to that giveaway, the Comeback Kids are doing a giveaway for a free copy of Starfield. So if y'all are interested, please visit the link in the description below to find out more details on how you could win that. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be all from me today. I want to thank you all so much for the love and support. It's an absolute pleasure to be making content for you all. Until the very end, my name is Sky from the Comeback Kids. I will see you all in the next one. Peace!